Welcome to the Doula Darcy podcast. I'm your host, Darcy, a business coach for doulas, and I love helping my fellow doulas master the art of marketing so that they can grow their businesses and help more families. On the podcast, I combine my decade of experience in advertising with 14 years as a doula to empower other doulas with the marketing strategies and mindset shifts they need to attract more clients and create successful, fulfilling doula careers. Whether you're just starting out as a doula or you're looking to take your doula business to the next level, you're in the right place. Let's go. Let's talk about whether or not you should niche or niche down in your doula business. So first of all, I'm just going to say niche because every time I say niche, I feel like I'm trying to pretend to be French. Niche, that's what I'm talking about. It's such a common question I hear, or you hear marketing gurus being like, you have to niche down, you have to, or you don't never niche down. But here, I'm going to make the case for why niching down is a great strategy. So what I mean by this is picking like one facet, one area of your work where you really set yourself up to be like the expert in that. So for instance, in my postpartum doula business for years here in Dover, I didn't actually try to do this, but just because I had C-sections and I had a special place in my heart for any mom who was recovering from a C-section, I just became the C-section postpartum doula because that was what I was drawn to. That was what I posted about a lot on Facebook and Instagram, and I just made these connections. That's what I was passionate about when I was networking and talking to people. So I just became known as, oh, you're having a C-section in Dover? Like, you call Darcy. So why I have been thinking about this even more than usual lately is I've been thinking about and working with a lot of sleep consultants. And you've probably heard me say before that I think I don't see why all sleep consultants are not millionaires. And I'm always just like a little bit jealous of the sleep consultants out there because sleep consultants, it's so abundantly clear what you do. You help kids 0 to 6 years old sleep better. And then that is such a huge pain point for parents that I feel like if you can help them get more sleep, they're like, take all my money. So like I said, I'm always a little bit envious of the sleep consultants because really, in my eyes, your only problem is marketing. You just got to get your message out there. There were 3.5 million babies born last year in the USA. There's plenty of tired parents for you to have a 6-figure a year sleep consulting business. And side note, I'm teaching a workshop in a couple weeks on three free ways to market your sleep consulting business. So if you want to register for that, the link will be in the show notes, or just shoot me a DM on Facebook and just say 3 ways for sleep, and I'll send you the link. But back to me being jealous of sleep consultants because it's so clear who you help, how you help, and then it's such a big pain point. I feel like it's so easy to get hired. Versus when you're a doula, people are like, oh, you deliver babies? No. There's so much unknown. There's so much educating we have to do as doulas to the public to let people know exactly how we help. And then are we birth doulas? Are we prenatal doulas? Are we fertility doulas? Postpartum, full spectrum. There's so many different aspects of different types of doulas. And then there's so many different aspects of what we actually do as doulas. So it gets confusing. And when you confuse, you lose in terms of selling your services. People are like, oh, I don't understand. I'll come back to this later. Versus, I need to sleep tonight. I'm going to hire this sleep consultant. So now, don't lose hope if you're a doula and you're like, oh my God, what do you mean? I'm never going to get clients. No, that obviously is not what I'm saying. But What I am saying is making the case for, as a doula, you niching down, like finding one area. And this doesn't mean this is all you're going to do for the rest of your life, but one area of your doula work where you're super passionate about, and that is what you focus your marketing and your services on, so that you get, and whether this is for you, whether you are focusing on your in-person doula support or you have some kind of online passive income course or product, digital product that you're selling. If you can get very specific about the problem that you solve and the people that you help and how you do it and what it costs, that makes you getting hired so much easier. Again, when you confuse, you lose. So the clearer you are about who you help, how you help, and how easy it is to book you, and really focusing on thinking back to sleep consultants, the pain point sleep consultants are solving sleepless nights and sleep deprivation. So think about the problem as a doula, the problem that you like to solve the most. Is it VBACs? Is it C-section recovery? Is it birth planning? Is it consent? There's so many aspects and areas where you can niche down as a birth or postpartum doula, fertility doula, all the things. So when you focus on that and really get laser focused in your marketing and your networking and the talking that you're doing in your town, on your social media, on your website, that really, it doesn't really make sense until you think about it in this way, that the more hyper-focused you get, the more niched down that you get, the more you are a magnet for the people you want to help. I always use the example of me as a business coach for doulas and sleep consultants. Yes, I could go out and be yes, you could go hire one of the hundreds of business coaches out there. But if you're a doula or a sleep consultant, let me guess, like, you like listening to this podcast. You like working with me because I am focused on the doula and the sleep consulting world. And that is a benefit. So same goes for your doula business. And I hope that I am driving home this example and this analogy. And again, this is my opinion, but I do think there is a big benefit in finding a niche of who you help and how you help them and making that clear in your marketing, and that is going to actually get you more clients. If you need help with this, shoot me a DM. Let's do some one-on-one coaching. This is my absolute favorite thing to do, is talk to you. If you're struggling, if you're thinking like, I love all of it, it's all awesome. I'm not saying that you don't have to do all the parts of being a doula that you love. I'm saying let's work together to figure out your little magic piece of doula work that you're the most passionate about, that you're the most interested in, that you can talk forever about. And then let me build you $1 million business plan based on that. That is my superpower. That is my niche. I am a absolute whiz at doing this. I love it. And I really think that this is the key to easy success for doulas. And now, back to in-person versus online. So, yes, if you live in a smaller town or city and you can't necessarily niche down and say, I help people with blue shirts have VBACs on Thursdays. That's not going to work in a small town. But on a global scale, yes, you can really niche down to whatever subsection of whether it's a type of person, maybe you want to be the doula for type A, anxious people. So maybe you want to serve a specific demographic, or maybe you want to only focus on the birth plan, or maybe you only want to focus on people having people that have just found out that they're having a breech baby. Okay, this is a great example. And see, this is where my mind can just whip something up. Are you like super passionate about breech birth? You could become known as the breech birth doula, that everybody knows, oh my God, your friend just finds out at 34 weeks they're having a breech baby. Send them to you, the breech birth doula, and you have cheat sheets and one-on-one consults and resource lists on how to turn a breech baby and what you should do and what you can ask your doctor and blah, 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 blah. Boom, $1 million business plan right there. But think about as a customer. If you are pregnant and you just found out that your baby is breech, and you start Googling around, you start talking to your friends, trying to figure out what to do. If you're Googling around, scrolling on Instagram, and you stumble upon a doula that specializes in this, yes, they're going to sign up for your stuff. Yes, they're going to book a call. Yes, they're going to send you money to have you help them. So boom, there's my free $1 million business plan for whoever wants it. Go take it. And I really hope this is helpful. And I want to know. So if you've heard this episode, first of all, I haven't said this in a while. Will you please make sure you follow and subscribe and whatever it's called on whatever if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, follow this podcast, and please leave a review because it really helps other doulas find it. And we're all about more doulas learning how to market themselves so that more families get access to doula support. But also, find me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, let me know you heard this episode about to niche or not. And let me know what you think. Let me know if it was helpful. So I hope it was. And I hope you go out there and have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to the Doula Darcy podcast. I hope you found this episode valuable, and I'd love for you to join me on the next one. Let's keep the conversation going. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at the Doula Darcy, or join my free Facebook community, the Doula Marketing Group, where we dive deeper into growing your doula business. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a moment to rate and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your feedback will help more doulas discover the show, which in turn helps more families find the doula support that they need. And I believe that is how we save the world.